Oh, there we go. Alright, game number 2. Or, excuse me, series number 2 of today. Michael versus kogeT. In the top right position, we have kogeT as the red Zerg. And in the bottom right position, we have Michael as the yellow Zerg. I didn't even have to shift tab to get these colors. It just naturally happened. And amazingly, on the fourth day of casting ISL is the first time we have a ZVZ in ISL. Well, in round of 32 anyway. We had some ZVZs in group stages, but still, that is quite amazing. So, yeah, ZVZ between kogeT and Michael. Obviously Michael's gonna be favored here. He was an invite. He's a very scary player, and he has pretty good micro, especially in smaller situations. So we'll see if kogeT can get an upset, but would not be expecting it. Michael's pretty dominant. Anyway. kogeT, we had a chance to see kogeT play a lot of ZVZ in the qualifiers, because he played both Flip and Karate. So on that day we watched like 6 of his ZVZs in a row, and he got significantly better as he progressed through them. He was making some really big mistakes in the first ones, specifically with not being able to micro down Scourge. But as the games went on, he seemed to get better and better. So, I'm curious as to whether he can continue that. Okay, kogeT went, I'm pretty sure he went 12 hatch, 11 pool, 10 extractor? No, because he went down to 9 supply, so it was like an 11 hatch, 10 pool, 9 extractor. Well, no, because it goes down to 9, but he was at 10 supply when he built it, so yeah, that makes sense. 12 hatch, 11 pool, 10 extractor. Michael, with a significantly faster pool, his lair is already on the way. kogeT can start his lair immediately after that spawning pool finishes. He only needs 50 gas. But it looks like instead he's going to be going for speed. Oh, excuse me, he needs 100 gas. Whoops. That's kind of bad. Yeah. Take back everything I just said. Alright, well, Michael's going to just poke in with the first 2 lings. But kogeT has 6. So, ooh, Michael's just barely going to be able to get the run by with still managing to get 1 into the base. And ooh, nice. Managing to take out a drone is quite good. In such a low matchup, that's 1/10 of your economy. Essentially, you only have 10 mining drones for a good majority of the game, so 1/10 of your economy is pretty significant. Or at least force him to remake a drone. Spire started for Michael. kogeT obviously needs to finish his lair, but it looks like Michael's going to have to worry about a pretty big ling attack here. He already has a sunken finished, but I don't think he's going to quite have enough to deal with this. He's going to need a lot of lings here. If kogeT knows what he's doing and can micro this effectively, I really think Michael can win. Excuse me, I really think kogeT can win, but he's going to back off. Ooh. I think he saw that Sunken Colony and didn't want to engage, but Sunken Colony is not quite that good in ling battles. It serves its purpose, but it's really easy to be overly fearful of it. And I think kogeT was a little bit overly fearful there. I think that he could have attacked the lings of Michael, and maybe it would have been a pretty even trade, trading the Sunken and the lings for kogeT's lings. But if instead he had just focused on the lings and then ran some in, I think he could have done a lot of damage there. Because this way Michael's going to have essentially the same economy and a faster Spire. a good deal faster Spire. That's a little bit better than normal saturation for a Zerg. For a Zerg and ZVZ by Michael. Just comparing that to kogeT, you can see kogeT has a couple less drones there, and both have 2 in the natural. I think that Michael might have a couple extra drones here. But Michael now has Mutalisk out. You're going to be able to snipe off one Overlord quickly. Michael's Overlord has gotten kind of out of there. But does that supply block? No, that does not supply block kogeT. kogeT will still be able to make Mutalisks as soon as his Spire finishes, which it is. But is he going to make Mutalisk or Scourge? He's thinking he's going to have to make a lot more Scourge. He just has so few minerals. He has to use all that gas to not die right now because Michael just has too many Mutalisks. Michael's coming in. The Spore Colony has finished, so I guess that's how he's going to defend a bit. Does he have a Spore Colony here too? No, he hasn't quite started that one yet. But these Mutalisks can still do a lot of damage. Overlord, there's another Overlord over here for kogeT that Michael could pick off pretty easily. These Lings are a little bit far out because that Spore Colony doesn't quite reach that far. It doesn't even reach far enough to take the Extractor. And Michael's doing a lot of damage here. Also damage to these drones, incidental damage from the splash. He's actually managed to kill 3 of them already. So that's some pretty good damage from him. And the Extractor is in fact going to go down, making sure Michael keeps that Mutalisk lead. Looks like kogeT going for a counterattack with just a few Mutalisks of his own. It's not as many, but it is going to force Michael back. I think it's going to cost kogeT all of his Mutalisks though. And he can't afford to lose all of his Mutalisks right now because he is just so far behind as it is. Yeah, loses 1. Good micro from Michael, taking out a 2nd, taking out a 3rd. GG from kogeT. Michael takes game 1. Man, kogeT had the Ling advantage. I really think he needed to press it there and just try to do some damage. Alright, so next game, Michael versus kogeT, game number 2 on Aztec. Alright. Excuse me. In the bottom right, we have... I don't know. We have Michael, who is the teal Zerg. And in the top position, we have kogeT, who is the yellow Zerg. ZVZ on Aztec. For Zerg versus Zerg purposes, it isn't going to be significantly different, because it's again going to be a reverse ramp map. The size of the chokes is rather similar. The chokes on this map are a little bit bigger at the natural, and I believe it's the same. I'm pretty sure they're identically sized ramps leading into the main, but if it's not, it's similar enough that it doesn't make a difference. And the distance between the 2 bases is a little bit longer, both by air and by ground, but not quite as bad as cross. Well, so Michael getting the Overlord and kogeT also getting an Overlord. On 3-player maps, it's a little bit more common to see you go for a 9, to see a player go for a 9 pool, because you will know where your opponent is immediately. If Michael gets here with the Overlord and he sees kogeT, then obviously kogeT's there. If he gets over here and does not see kogeT, then he knows kogeT's in the 3rd position. So you'll never run into that problem of you accidentally send your Lings in the wrong direction and then you really delay your attack. Well, at the same time, there's a 50-50 chance that your opponent doesn't scout out that you went for a 9 pool, and the 9 pool will be a complete surprise. So that's why it's more common on 3-player maps, but neither player opting for it. Michael with the 12 hatch, kogeT with the 12 pool. So this time Michael will have the minor build order advantage with his 12 hatch. And yep, doing exactly what kogeT did last time. 12 hatch, 11 pool, 10 gas. And putting the spawning pool here, I believe he's trying to helpfully manner himself by getting those drones to just stay in a single file line. I'm not I hope it didn't put it a little bit too far over. It seems like it's a little bit farther over than normal, but I'm pretty sure that's the same place that kogeT put it last game, and it didn't seem to affect him. That's interesting. kogeT with an extremely fast sunken colony. Or at least, yeah, it's an extremely fast sunken colony. Well, I guess he's not going to go for 2 bases, clearly, because there'd be no way to defend the other expansion if he's not going to make lings. I guess he wants to save a little bit of money. If he can save a little bit of money in lings by just building the sunken and still being defended, and the sunken is in a very nice position, then he might be able to get a little bit of a better economy out. And Michael looks like he's going to make a more normal number of lings. But that is a significant investment. It's 50 for the drone, plus 75 for the creep colony, plus 50 for the sunken. And yeah, it looks like it's just going to be a one hatchery Mutalisk kind of build. No, he's building one out here too? Really? I thought he'd build an in-base hatch because then it would be more safe. I don't know how he plans on defending that if he's not going to build lings. And if he is going to build a lot of lings and then cut the number of Mutalisks he can have, then why did he build a sunken here? He went for a 12. He went for a 12 pool. So he didn't. So if his opponent went for a 9 pool, it wouldn't matter. He'd still be able to get lings out in time. I don't know. But now Michael's going to come with a lot of lings. He's actually canceling the hatchery and bringing it back. Okay, that's smart. I mean, it's still going to cost him 100 minerals, though. Or 75 minerals. And there are very few lings to deal with this. Let's see if it's going to pay off. He does have very nice positioning. The second sunken's going to finish, and yes, it will be enough to hold off Michael. 2 sunkens are enough. If it was just the 1, Michael would have won that. But Michael's just going to continue to rally in the speedlings. How late is his Spire, comparatively? It's not very late at all. Just a little bit behind as the first Mutalisks are coming out. These lings have just one more opportunity to do damage, and they're quickly running out of it. Yeah, I think he's just going to turn around before the Mutalisks pop out. Would prefer not to take too many casualties to them, but Michael's going to be able to get his own Mutalisks out in time. Or Scourge, excuse me. He had a choice between Mutalisks and Scourge. And these lings are just going to constantly keep back kogeT. But no, kogeT's going to go forward the Mutalisks, and this is too many lings for kogeT to deal with. These sunkens are already damaged. He doesn't have as many zerglings as he did last time, and they're now going to focus down some of the drones. They're going to focus down the drones instead of attacking the sunkens. And the fact that this is essentially like a small drill back and forth. So, managed to do a little bit of damage there. Now, kogeT needs to be able to micro down these Scourge and not take too many hits, because his Mutalisks are the only advantage he has right now. The fact that Michael did not go for early Mutalisk and has really no anti-Mutalisk defense if kogeT micros properly. Alright, gonna be able to do some good damage to Michael here. And Michael only has 1 Mutalisk. I'm not sure what he was trying to do with that, but he didn't even get a shot off. Just allowed his Mutalisk to take a lot of hits. And now 1 Mutalisk has gone down. The other one similarly injured. Michael's micro is a little bit suspect here, just allowing his Mutalisk to take a lot of hits. Oh, but there we go. Now getting a Scourge hit. That's what he needs. Now coming in with more Mutalisks, but I still think kogeT has the advantage. But more Mutalisks coming out for Michael now, and that is going to give him the advantage. kogeT forced back as his Mutalisks are a little bit more damaged, having fought more. But no, he's going to stick around just a little bit longer, trying to pick off a couple of Michael's Mutalisks, and now flying away. I believe he only has 2. I think I have his hotkeys. Yes, there's 3 in there. Alright. Well, the second hatchery is finished, so he's going to be able to produce a lot of Mutalisks for a short burst, but he doesn't have the gas to continuously sustain that. that. He's going to have to go into more Ling production, where Michael can continue pure Mutalisk if he wants to. And here comes kogeT for round number 2. There's a lot of Mutalisks there. Scourge coming in. No, not quite in time to snipe him, and kogeT reforms his Mutalisks. Looks like he's going to be able to snipe an Overlord here. I don't know why Michael's sending it out. That's a mistake from him. There's no reason for it to be that far forward, but he might not lose it in the end. It's very injured, but the Mutalisks now need to focus on the other Mutalisks. Michael pulling back now, kogeT pursuing momentarily, but no, turning around, and no, not sniping that Overlord. That's a huge mistake, because Michael's already supply blocked. So when that next Overlord comes out, it would be, he'd still be supply blocked after that. Oh, kogeT allowing that Mutalisk to live. He only needed one more shot on it. But he is going to come in, take out some drones, which is a good idea. You know, doing a lot of damage, doing economic damage to Michael, very effective here. And he really needs to if he wants to continue with these Mutalisk battles, because the longer he can prevent Michael from mining off of 2 gases, the longer he can keep a Mutalisk advantage. Coming in once again to snipe. Misses with the first one. The drone just barely got in time. And now trying to micro against the Scourge, manages to pick off one. The other one injured. And here comes the Scourge from kogeT. Oh, getting a lot of hits, but I think some of those are hits on Scourge instead. I'm not sure exactly how many he got on the Mutalisks themselves. So it looked really bad, but I don't think it was quite as bad as it initially looked. Man, he let that Overlord live, which let Michael get out more units. Now Michael has too many Overlords, so taking it out wouldn't matter, but... Man. Now kogeT in a little bit of a retreat here, just trying to migrate down the Scourge before thinking about coming back. kogeT now, the one with the far forward Overlord, accidentally allowing that to float all the way over here. Is he going to find that Overlord? I think that's what he's looking for. Well, he sees it now. Easy pick for him. I thought it was an easy pick for him. Apparently not. kogeT has exhausted his gas, so now if he wants to continue using all of his larvae, it's going to be for Zerglings. So kogeT's going to have a Zergling Mutalisk composition, and Michael's probably just going to stick with pure Mutalisk. Oh, kogeT was supply blocked. He's still supply blocked. That Overlord getting so far forward is going to hurt him. And now Michael has actually gotten a very nice supply lead of 10 in a ZVZ. kogeT still has a good number of Mutalisks, but this is going to be his final attack. If he is not able to kill Michael with this, he really cannot come back. He's going to go after the drones, picking off 1, 2, 3, but picking off the drones is nice, but he's at a point where picking off drones isn't actually going to get him back into this. He needs to kill off Michael's Mutalisk force and kill more than just doing a little harass like that. Harass was good in the beginning, and now not quite as effective. He has managed to get closer in supply, though, now only behind by 5, and that's going to supply block Michael. Michael was already supply blocked and now heavily supply blocked by 10. That could really help kogeT, as Michael's not going to be able to produce anything for a while. kogeT trying to avoid the Scourge, though. Oh, but the Scourge gets some good hits, and now more Scourge coming in behind that. Get another hit. kogeT having some trouble microing, and another hit. kogeT letting way too many of the Scourge get hits on him. And now, oh... how laggy can this be? GG. Michael Gase takes game 2. Alright. So, game number 3, kogeT versus Michael. He needs to come back. He needs to come back and win 3 in a row. We almost saw TTF do it. Almost saw TTF do it, but not quite. Oh, in the bottom left, we have Michael as the purple Zerg. Apparently something wrong with the cables. And... oh, okay. Got a little bit scared there because I saw 5 drones and I didn't see another one making, but no. Indeed, kogeT not going to 4 pool. Or 5 pool. He will be the brown Zerg. On Bloody Ridge, it's a 2-player map. And not as long of a distance between the 2 bases as some other maps, because it is a straight shot at least. Although it is diagonal like that, so it can be quite long. I don't know. I think Michael's just looked too solid in this matchup. don't know what kogeT can do. Alright. Alright. Well, both players with overlords. Both players with overlords indeed. So no 9 pool and no overpool as they both make drones immediately afterwards. So once again, both players opting for a little bit more economic. So far we've only seen 12 pools and 12 hatches. And kogeT will be going for a 12 hatch. Yeah, it's a 12 hatch. I don't know why he came so far forward with the drone, but it's a 12 hatch. And Michael will be going for a 12 pool. So, interesting coincidence between these two players of alternating. First game, kogeT 12 hatch, Michael 12 pool. Second game, Michael 12 hatch, kogeT 12 pool. Third game, kogeT 12 hatch, Michael 12 pool. Just flip-flopping back and forth, perfectly avoiding the mirror of 12 hatch versus 12 hatch or 12 pool, 12 pool. Oh. That's interesting. ZVZ gas deal? ZVZ gas steel? I'm liking it. I don't know what it does. I would like need time to sit down with a piece of paper and a pencil to like really theory craft this, but let's just try to talk it out. Okay, obviously by gas stealing you slow down the extractor, which means that Michael will either have a slower speed or slower lair. Most likely slower lair, and he's going to be forced to make more lings in the meantime, but they'll be slow lings. So if Michael could then go for speed when he wasn't planning on it because he has so many lings, either furthering delaying his lair. So kogeT could get his spire up faster, but his lair actually isn't very much faster than Michael's. Oh, nice snipe by Michael, just getting that drone and pulling out. So, alright, so you're burning 100 minerals for the gas deal, 50 for the drone, 50 for the extractor. To manage to get a lair faster, to manage to offset your opponent's lair by 30 seconds? 30 seconds-ish? 100 minerals for 30 seconds? Is that worth it? I guess if you were going to be behind and now you're going to be ahead with the lair, you've made it so that you're going to have the opportunity to do some drone harass before your opponent's mutalisks get out, possibly. I guess if it could change the tables like that, where kogeT's going to get his mutalisks out first, and he'll fly them over and manage to pick off 2 drones before Michael does, then it would be an even trade, and he'd have a mutalisk advantage, which is nice. But on the other hand, 100 minerals in the early game is more important than 100 minerals in the later game. I don't know. He had to build a Lincoln anyway, so to potentially beat back Michael's lings, but Michael didn't actually make that many lings. He just kind of saving the gap. He just saved the minerals, and he'll have an excess of minerals going forward instead of just making it into zerglings. So actually, kogeT spent a lot more money than Michael has. Michael's going to be able to produce a lot of mutalisks for quite a while, because he's going to have like 900 by the time that the spire finishes, or at least really close to it. He's actually making a lot of excess overlords. He already has a 16 supply gap, excuse me, a 16 supply surplus, about to be a 24 supply surplus. You could be using it to make extra drones to get a little bit better of an economy. But kogeT's Mutalisks are almost done. Well, I guess we're gonna see if it was worth it, because this is the advantage he got. He got 4 Mutalisks out before Michael could have. And Michael's Mutalisks are on the way, but it didn't actually delay it long enough for the Mutalisks to get over. They'll be able to snipe an Overlord. But Michael won't be supply blocked. I guess he'll be supply blocked in the sense that Mutalisks take 2 supply. Oh, he managed to get a Mutalisk cat in just before the Overlord went down. But Michael now has a lot more Mutalisks. Who? Michael? Well, I guess Michael's just saved his excess minerals. He didn't use it on Zerglings, and because he's going to be making Mutalisks constantly off those 2 bases, there really was no other option than to throw down a hatchery. I thought it was going to be an in-base hatch, though. At least that's what I was expecting. Just because it's going to be safer, you can make a lot of Zerglings off of it, not any more Mutalisks. But I guess Michael wants to go for just extra Mutalisks. If he wants to take that gas, he can. It's a little bit less safe, but I assume he's going to be keeping on the pressure. kogeT coming in, though, and Scourge going to land? Yes, one of them lands. Does split them up, though, on 2 different targets. The other one does not. And now we're going to have a battle again, and oh, Scourge coming in from the back. kogeT needs to micro his units away. Micro them away. Got 1, but again, taking another Scourge hit. Now kogeT has so few Mutalisks. Only 3 left. GG from kogeT. And Michael goes 3-0. Alright. So, congratulations to Michael. He will be advancing on. kogeT is eliminated, and we will be moving on to the next series, PvP, between Defi and Semi. So, commercial break, and then we'll be right back. Hopefully it doesn't shut it off.